Ride through the city like Brandon Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brandon Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yeah, good to go, Chin. Welcome. Monday morning, March 28th. It is the morning here in Los Angeles. Rainy, guys. It's rainy out there. And if you're not from LA, when it rains, people think the tires on their car are going to melt off, so they drive like dummies. So that's cool. Traffic is terrible when it rains. It's the way it goes. What you sign up for. Shout out to LA. Shout out to Chicago. Your boy's fresh off the plane from Chicago, where I linked up with my boy Matt. Matt is a photographer. You will see Matt. He took the pictures right there, Jen. Yeah, that's me and my boy George. But Matt is a photographer, and he was Matt was a guy probably 7 years ago when I first started. We did Find the Kid live at the Vic Theater out in Chicago. He came along, was just like he just got out of college, like trying to find his way. And then probably 2-3 years into knowing him, he'd always shoot my shows. He'd fly into when I was on tour. You met Matt.
I met him, yeah.
And he's a swaggy dude. But he just freaking blew up, man. Now he's the personal photographer for Gucci Mane. He works with him every single weekend. He he works with A$AP Rocky and Lil Wayne. He's just crushing it, man. And it's just a kid with a talent and does a lot of freaking dope stuff, man. He has some insane stories about working with those guys and going to Magic City. They're in the strip club, and dude, his pictures literally say 1,000 words. He's the best. So linked up with my boy Matt out there. There he is. Multi-Mars is his name. Yeah, he's a swaggy dude. He's in a fashion shoe, so we're all into the same stuff. Great dude, though. And then met up with George Harris, who's the newest addition to the Thick Boy Network. You guys would know George. He was on King the Sting. Welcome to the show, George. That's hilarious. That's from Brian Callen. So George, I don't know how long ago, over a year and a half ago, called in King the Sting. He was 480 pounds. He's like, yo, man, I'm a thick boy. You motivate me to work out. And, he's just a fan of the whole squad. Brian, Theo, Chris, everybody, Chin, everybody. And he goes, I'm going to get down to 190. And I said, my man, and so this is a kid who has every reason not to be as happy as he is. His family has a history of addiction, and people have passed away, and, some of his close family members have addiction, stuff like that, and he takes care of his mom who has, some sort of issue. So this kid has all the reasons in the world to not kind of be a happy-go-lucky person, but he just has this energy about him, and he's never left Illinois. He lives right outside Illinois, right outside Chicago. He lives about an hour outside Chicago in the suburbs, also known, it's tough where he lives. So he calls in and he goes, I'm 480 pounds. And he goes, my goal is to get down to 190. So clearly that is a ton of weight that is highly unlikely. So he mentioned he's never been on a plane, never stayed in a hotel. And I go, my man, you get down to 190, I'll fly you out to LA and put you on King the Sting. He goes, all right, say less. Probably a year and change later. I mean, we had some updates, still looking thick, And then the dude got down to 190.
Insane, dude.
190 through just hard work and diet. Mm-hmm. He on a keto diet. And we flew him to LA. He wrestled Stevie. And actually, Stevie beat the brakes off of him, but that's okay. Stevie did not take it easy on him. And Stevie, we did not know, has a pretty extensive wrestling background and really beat the shit out of George. But that was not didn't get George down. Didn't get our boy Georgie down. So, Georgie's just this kid, has this energy about him, and he's just such a great story, just such a great person. So we started doing little things for Thick Boy. Little things on the channel and social and stuff like that, and just a loyal dude, and he's on it, man. And Big Mike, who's the head of Thick Boy Networks here, production-wise, was like, man, this George kid, he's thirsty, man. He's trying to get work in. I went, really? He goes, yeah, man. He learns everything I send him. He picks up, and he's working hard, and he's on it, checking in all the time. said, interesting. He goes, yeah, man, I think we got a loyal dude here. I said, yeah, he's a good dude. So time goes by, he's still losing weight. He loses any more weight, it's going to be trouble. And, we decided, I guess Mike asked him, Mike has extra room in his house where he stays in Studio City. He goes, what do you think if George came out here for an internship? I said, I'd love that, man. I said, is George into it? I know his family and stuff like that. And George accepted the gig. So George doing an internship, which hopefully turns into a full-time gig here at Thick Boy. And I told him about it when I was out in Chicago in front of his mom. His mom is super nervous about it. She was like, don't let my son do this. I said, lady, listen, man. The whole crew is boring here. The guy he's staying with collects trading cards. Okay? He collects trading cards, and you're going to tell him how many movies he's worked on. Trust me. Love you, Mike. But I said, trust me, he's going to be good. He's going to be well taken care of. So George is driving from Chicago to L.A. and starts May 1st, man.
Driving.
What a dope story, though, man. Yeah. Just such a good person, man.
Sweetheart.
So, yeah, just a great kid. Just a great freaking kid, man. So shout out to Georgie, dude. You're doing the goddamn thing. We're proud of you, man, no matter what happens. We're all super proud of you. But, Chicago, one of my favorite cities, man. There's just so much rich history there, great food. I cheated on my diet. Not crazy. I had one slice of what Chicago calls pizza. I call lasagna. I had one thick slice of their deep dish pizza, and I like it saucy. I had literally one slice. I posted it on my story. I think it's not there anymore, but I posted on my story. It's just so cheesy, so saucy. Now, I cheated a little on my birthday. Nothing crazy. Didn't have any bread or anything like that. I think I had maybe a spoonful of ice cream. Nothing crazy. I haven't cheated in, I don't know, man, a hot second. That's why he boys down in weight. I just feel good. It's the easiest diet I've had to stick to, being on carnivore. So I ate that deep dish pizza Thursday night after the show. Dude, it wrecked my world. Mm-hmm. It wrecked my world. My asshole was singing all weekend long, dog. My stomach was not right it's still not great, It was tough. Not doing that again. Chicago, thank you for having me, but that is not my thing. I don't know. You just can't do it like that anymore. I just can't live that life anymore, and thank God. Face will stay fat. That's whatever. But, shout out to Chicago, man. Especially where I'm at. It's the Schaumburg Improv. I keep saying Chicago. It's about 45 minutes outside Chicago. So it's not technically Chicago, especially the tickets we sold. I think probably I'll do the Vic Theater next time. That's probably the move for me moving forward. But Schaumburg was fantastic, man. Great shows. We had a local host there. They have a great comedy scene there. So usually I'm plug and play. The club don't have to worry about anything. I bring my own opener, 2 features, and myself. That's what I do. My brother sells the merch. It's plug and play. They don't have to do anything. But lately what I've been doing, if in certain markets that are known for good comics, I want to give everybody an opportunity as much as I can. So I let them book the host. So they booked a local Chicago guy. He was great. In Nashville, they booked the kid we showed he was the doctor with the eye thing?
Remember that thing?
Yeah. So, it's hit or miss. Certain market, like you go to a certain market where comedy's not their thing, it gets dicey. But it's also hilarious when the host bombs. It makes for a fun weekend. So, shout out to Chicago, man. I had a great time. Told you guys come with the fire with that jacket. That Complex Con jacket, Chicago jacket by a Japanese designer. That thing was a hit. And I will be wearing it way more than just at the shows. This guy goes, I need that jacket, please and thank you. Right, dude? Right? I also saved probably my most expensive kicks as well for Chicago. Now, a cop did come. We have a bunch of cops coming to the shows, right? Mm-hmm. Also, I'm super pro blue. Matter of fact, I go to New York in May for PR, but I'm going to Chicago on tour in December, which will be announced soon. I've been there forever. I'm going to link up with NYPD. I'm going to do a tour of the main kind of, station there. Mm-hmm. But I think there's something cool we could do with NYPD Blue. They could really use it, man. Yeah. But a bunch of cops come. So the whole point of that story is the cop, he was a sneakerhead. He's been on the force for 30 years in Chicago. He's working the south side of Chicago, where it's tough. And He goes, hey man, be careful wearing those shoes around Chicago. I said, I'm not a dummy, dude. I'm not going to wear these around town. I literally just wear them when I'm driving to Schaumburg. And he goes, yeah, but you're posting on social media. I go, okay. And I go, but they know if they want to find me at Schaumburg, come get these hands, man, whatever you want to do. And he goes, no, it's not about that. He goes, there's some wild boys in Chicago. He goes, you do Postmates and Uber, right? I go, yeah, of course I do. We get an Airbnb, do Postmates and Uber. He goes, those guys know. He goes, I'm sure and some recognize you. Yeah, all the time. He goes, yeah, man. And they see your social media. You got to be careful. I'm like, what? Maybe I'm just a raging freaking sissy boy. Could not sleep. After he told me that, I could not sleep. Then that we got an older Airbnb and it was like loud. The whole night I was up just thinking someone's going to come in and jack my Jordans, But yeah, shout out to all the cops who keep coming to the shows, man. I got you guys, man. I got you guys. But yeah, Chicago's fantastic, man. Chicago is great. Got some great friends out there. They have great restaurants, man. So much history. Here's the thing about the Cubs too. People will be able to relate to this. It doesn't make any sense. I'm a Cubs fan. People always ask me, why are you a Cubs fan? Why are you a Cubs fan? Well, because when I was a kid, Colorado didn't have a team till like 93. So I think the Rockies and Marlins came in 93, 94, maybe 96, 97. I forget. Bring that up, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Wish we had a computer to look that stuff up.
I was on it, bro.
But when I was a kid, I'd rush home from school because the only games that were on was WGN. So 1991, the Rockies founded. Is that when they started?
The teams player.
So I was 8, but we didn't grow up with a baseball team, really. It was kind of a big deal when they came. But, yeah, it's 1991. So, yeah, I'd been 8, but I'd rush home from school all the time because on WGN, which was national syndicated TV, the Cubs were always on. Mm-hmm. So that was the team I grew up watching more than anybody, in baseball. So I just grew up a Cubs fan. And I did this before Off-White started messing with Cubs logos and dropping gear, which obviously, rest in peace, Virgil. But I would always wear a Cubs hat, the blue standard Cubs hat. And I took a white Sharpie and drew paw prints all over the bill. So it looked like a little Cub walked on it. It was lit. Everybody wanted me to their hats, but they didn't have Cubs hats, so I wouldn't do it. So I was the only one with it. Fly back in the day. Even back in the day, I was fly. But point is, I grew up a Cubs fan. Obviously, a huge Broncos fan. They were always on, and Nuggets fan. But my baseball team, even over the Rockies, has always been the Cubs because of Ryan Sandberg, Mark Grace, Sammy Sosa. Like, they just had a squad. Andrew Dawson. Because that's all. I'd rush home and just watch the Cubs at Wrigley Field, man. That was the squad. They were on TV. That's who I liked, So to this day, that's my team, which is very strange. Shout out to WGN. And then Harry Carey, remember him? Harry Carey. Remember him? He was the announcer. As a kid, that shit was lit. I'd get my Dunkaroos, dude, a fucking full thing of Coca-Cola, just all the sugar I could handle, and watch fucking Ryan Sandberg dominate. You kidding me? I was trying to buy a Ryan Sandberg jersey. They had one, but it was the new one with Ryan Sandberg. I want the old school Ryan Sandberg jersey. If anybody knows where I can get that, holler at your boy, man. I'm trying to find that. I bet my boys at Suplex Philly could find it. You put Sandberg and it's Sandberg, and that kind of drives me nuts.
Oh, Ryan, R-Y-N.
Ryan Sandberg, dude.
Sandberg.
Well, there's one. Jesus, $80. Oh, there's the office. See, so you is that one autographed?
The third one,
$700 autographed. That one. See, I want. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be the one that I need, Chen. That one. I love the pinstripes. It's my favorite though. That one. Yeah, that's what I need. Right
$299.
Daddy. That's what I need. $300. Might have to go ahead and buy that. Even though, how much is this one, Chen?
Which one?
Go down the one. Yeah. Click on that for me. Click on that. That's what I need.
$299.
That's what I need. They have my size? God damn it.
Only a small.
Only a small.
36
That's
small.
That's rude, dude. Everyone wants that Ryan Sandberg jersey. I wonder what he's up to, man. What a stud. What a stud. But shout out to Chicago. I'll find the Ryan Sandberg jersey on my off time. Okay? We don't have to do it on air right now. But yeah, shout out to Chicago. Next up, I got 2 weeks off from the road. I'll be doing shows around LA. Next Schaub and Friends is at the Hollywood Improv, April 6th. That's a Wednesday. We have some monsters. Again, you know this, man. Let's make this our 8th sold-out show in a row. That's the Hollywood Improv, one show, one night only, 8 p.m. Schaub and Friends at the Hollywood Improv, April 6th. But back, the Thick Boy Tour continues in Phoenix, Arizona. Stand Up Live, one of my favorite spots in the world. Phoenix, Arizona, Stand Up Live, April 14th through the 16th. And I will be, argue with anybody in the world. You think you have good wings in your town? There's not a better chicken wing on this planet. Not Magic City, not Buffalo Wild Wings. Get all that bullshit out of my face. There's no better wings than JT's Wings in Phoenix, Arizona. It's right outside, I think it's called Paradise Valley. It's right outside there. It is fantastic. And they're setting the boys up. We're going to go there on Saturday. If you want to meet the squad, we'll probably be there around noon. Eating all the wings. Killing so many chickens. When you think about it, so many chickens die. Whatever. Then after that, April 22nd through the 23rd is Austin, Texas, Moon Tower Festival. Your boy is one of the headliners of the Moon Tower Festival. It's at the new Cap Cities out there. That's 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. The squad is in full effect. Then you got Philly, one of my favorite spots. Philly's May 19th through 21st. Tickets at thickboy.com or fatkz.com. Get you some. Let's take a little break from me ranting your ear off about fighting. Because, man, sometimes I can't sleep, man. I know a lot of y'all struggle with sleeping, and you look like you got nuts under your eyes. You can't sleep. Look at me. Look at my eyes, man. I'm getting a lot of sleep. Something's keeping you up. Maybe it's anxiety of the politics right now, of things going on outside the world. Maybe you can't sleep because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock and you're upset about it. And maybe it's just your terrible mattress. You ever think about that? Might be your really crappy mattress. That's why my friends at Helix Sleep, they got you covered, man, because you just don't want to sleep on any mattress. You want one built just for your thick self. Helix Sleep has a quiz that takes just 2 minutes to complete. It matches your body type and your sleep preferences to the perfect mattress just for you. What do you like it? Soft, firm, sleep on your side, your back, you sleep hot, you sleep cold. Helix Sleep, we take all that in consideration and we give you the best mattress ever. I have in my crib. I can't get my friends to leave. I can't get my in-laws to leave. Family's always trying to come out here. And I was like, I guess they like me. No, they like my Helix Sleep mattresses. That's what they like. Just go to helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz, and they will match you with the perfect mattress to give you the best sleep of your life. They have a 10-year warranty, all right? And you get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free, all right? But they'll pick it up if you don't love it, but you will, so don't worry about that. Helix Sleep is offering you guys up to $200 off all mattress orders and free pillows for the listeners and viewers of The Schaub Show. helixsleep.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. That's helixsleep.com/Schaub for up to $200 off. Yo, man, I know I'm getting older because I care about my lawn. I care about a green lawn. I care that my ficuses are popping, and spring's almost here. It's getting hot in LA. I know the rest of you listening around the world, it's getting hot where you're at, man. And there's nothing like feeling soft green grass underneath your feet, man. And thankfully, the friends at Sunday get your lawn growing and helps to keep it healthy all season long, all right? Maybe you're worried about all the chemicals you keep using, all right? And you're like, man, this isn't good. My kids play out there. How about this? Traditional lawn care lays down 90 million pounds of pesticides each year. Sunday is different. They're on a mission to change how people care for their yards, all right? They're completely different, man. You don't have to worry about your family running out there barefoot. I got a 2- and 6-year-old. I don't want pesticides and chemicals all up on their little feet while they're running around. They come back inside. You know what I'm saying? It's not good, man. It's not good. Sunday can help you grow a beautiful lawn without the guesswork or the nasty chemicals. Their custom plan includes fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn with ingredients like seaweed, iron, molasses. You can feel good with the kids and pets being around, playing all over your freaking green grass. The neighbors can be all jealous of your green grass. You know your dad when you care about grass, man. All right? So make the neighbors jealous this year, all right? All you have to do is visit getsunday.com, put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. They then use the soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan delivered to your door when you need it. This is what's dope about it. Your boy uses it here all the time. My ficuses are Jumanji style. Just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose and spray away. Takes 15 minutes or less. Best of all, this stuff works. Check out your boy's lawn. I have it on my Instagram story. My lawn's popping. When you see my kids on that lawn, it's green as hell. And Sunday is offering you guys, the Schaub Show viewers and listeners, 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129. You get 20% off at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/Schaub20. That's 20% off your custom plan at Get Sunday. Yes, Sunday like the day. getsunday.com/Schaub20. We had fights over the weekend, man. We had some fights over the weekend. I got to watch the entire card yesterday. Really just the main card. You know, I told you guys after London fight night, this one's going to be tough to live up to it because there's a lot of hype around that London card, you know, especially being shut down in England for, 2 years and being the first card. And that could have been a pay-per-view easily. And they really showed out. So, you know, Ohio, Columbus had a lot to live up to. Curtis Blades definitely passed the test. But if you have to give MVP, it's Kai Kara France by far. So Kai Kara France completely deserves a title shot now. You got Brandon Moreno and Figueiredo fighting again. It's the fourth time?
Fourth.
Which I have no argument there. That's fine. But Kai Kara France is for sure your next title contender, and he should definitely fight for the title. So he's coming off. Remember, he knocked out Cody Garbrandt. He's no punk. Obviously, he cut down to 125 and did the damn thing. But Kai Kara France knocked him out. You're talking about former champ. And then, beating Askarov, who's undefeated, no losses in the UFC. You know, good fight too. He definitely deserves a title shot. So he lost to Brandon Moreno, unanimous decision. Lost to Brandon Royval, submission, which is a tough one, but that was also fight of the night. So then in his last three, he's had 2 out of 3 performance of the night. No punk, man. He's no punk. Definitely deserves a title shot. Hopefully he gets it, man. Honestly, it'd be good to get some fresh blood in there. He's gonna be a tough customer to beat now. I know Brandon Moreno beat him a hot second ago, but still. Brian Barberina, shout out to Brian Barberina, going into Columbus and beating Matt Brown's no joke, man. Split decision. I thought Matt might have got it. Glad our boy Brian got the win. That was your fight of the night. Alexa Grasso did the goddamn thing in the first round. She definitely catapulted herself in the flyweight division. Then Curtis Blades, Chris Dawkins. Poor Chris, man. So Chris Dawkins, one of Philly's finest. You guys know, I ride for the black and blue out there. Former cop. You know, he gets his brother's a monster too. So you got 2 of Philly's finest doing the goddamn thing in the UFC. You know, the heavyweight division is tough, man, because you win a couple fights and then you're catapulted to the top slots. So he goes on this win streak, and then they go, cool. Here is Derek Lewis. Didn't go his way, gets knocked out, which didn't make sense to me because you get beat by Derek Lewis, and they go, oh, that's cool. Here's an even worse matchup, Curtis Blades. So it didn't make a lot of sense. You know, the division's kind of tied up, right, with Francis having his surgery, and then you got Stipe waiting in the wings, and you got freaking John Jones, you know, supposedly coming back, which I pray to God he does. So the division is a little weird. So I guess that's why they did it. You got Tai Tuivasa, and clearly you got Tom Aspinall, you know, raging from London, trying to get into the conversation. So I guess the fight makes sense. Keep Curtis Blades busy. I don't think they know what to do with him. So for Curtis Blades to get a big win like this, 17 seconds, second round, gets on the mic, does a great promo, says he wants a title shot next. I don't think he gets it. I think we're getting John Jones, Stipe. Stipe was in the crowd. Obviously, he's from there. Well, he's from Cleveland, but you know, I think Curtis Blades, Stipe would make a lot of sense. I just don't see it happening. I think, you know, John Jones and Stipe will get announced, and we're going to get that sometime in the summer. So for Curtis Blades, Cyril Gane makes a lot of sense. Depends how much they like Cyril Gane. I don't see Cyril Gane winning that fight. I think Curtis Blades gets him out in the second or third round. Curtis Blades is just such a freaking monster, man. He's a monster, and he'll beat, you know, 99.9% of the roster and could be your champ depending on the night. You know, I think if he fights Francis or, you know, Derek Lewis, you know, he can beat those guys. I think that fight, half the time, if they fight 10 times, goes his way. So I do think he can be champ. It just depends what the UFC wants to do with him. He's a little bit of an awkward guy, I think. Maybe that's what's going on. Obviously, his ground and pound is vicious. They just got to figure out what they want to do with him. It's all about, you know, you look at the heavyweight division, you look at the, you know, Cyril Gane had his chance, didn't happen. He's not the most exciting fighter either. Cyril Gane's a complete nightmare as a matchup with his athletic ability and striking. But he's, you know, he's not the most exciting guy. He looks the part, but, you know, not great on the mic. So it depends what they want to do. You got Tai Tuivasa there, who has personality for days. So depending on what they want to do with Tai, depending on what they want to do with Curtis Blades, depending on what they want to do with Tom Aspinall, you could have Tom, Blades, or Tai Tuivasa your next champ, depending on who the UFC likes more. To me, that's interesting because it's all about matchups at the heavyweight, especially in the top 6, it's all about matchups. If they want Tom to be their champ, you don't give Tom Curtis Blades. You don't give Tai Tuivasa Curtis Blades. Curtis beats both of those guys probably. Now, Tom Aspinall matches up better against him, but it'd be a tough night in the office for Tom. So it depends what they want to do. If you want Curtis champ, there's a way to get it done. And then obviously, if he gets to the title shot, there's nothing we can do. He's going to fight either John Jones or Stipe, depending who's the interim champ out of that. But if they want Curtis Blades to be champ, there's a route they can take. If they want Tai Tuivasa to be champ, there's a route you can take. If there's Tom Aspinall, if they want to bank on the English market and the European market, we can do that too. But you'll find out pretty quickly who they want to be the face of the heavyweight division with Francis being gone for 9 months, depending on the next matchups. If you see Tom versus Curtis Blades, they don't want Tom to be their world champ. If you see Tai Tuivasa, Curtis Blades, they don't want Tai to be their champ. It's Curtis Blades. So, that's part of the game. It is the entertainment business, especially when talking about the heavyweight division. But I don't think it's going to matter because it's going to be John Jones, Stipe. Winner of that's going to be your interim heavyweight champ, and they're just going to be waiting for Francis Ngannou in the wings there. So Curtis Blades, he's in I don't want to say a tough spot, but it's his career's based upon what the UFC wants him to do. It's all about matchups. Same with Tom Aspinall. Same with Tai Tuivasa. I would love Tai Tuivasa versus Tom Aspinall. It just sucks because Curtis Blades trains with my former team. They tell me how much of a monster he is, how he's going to be champ, and we haven't seen anything, how talented he is inside the octagon even now. So we'll see. Neil Magny getting the job done. I thought he was about to get his ass whipped. I thought he was going to get knocked out. That was not going well for him, and then he kind of pulled it off. But, and then Neil Magny, I think, calls out Hamzat.
He's been calling him out for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, I just, I don't like that fight for Neil in any facet. I don't like that fight for anybody, but especially my friend Neil Magny. But I don't think it's happening because what happened is Hamzat leapfrogged him, right? So that fight's not going to happen. If Neil wins like 2 more, I could see it happening. But Hamzat obviously has this fight against
Gilbert Burns.
Gilbert Burns, which I think he passes that test. And then it's going to be tough for Neil to touch that shooting star, that Dagestanian Swedish shooting star. It's going to be very tough for him to catch him. Outside that, and I told you guys, best card of the weekend goes to one championship. One championship by far had the most entertaining fights this past weekend. What'd I tell you about DJ? I mean, listen, you don't have to be some MMA savant to think DJ could survive a round with this complete badass in Muay Thai, and he survives it. I don't give a shit what Rutang is doing in Thailand and grappling in the sand and doing all that shit. All his hype videos was him, grappling and stuff like that. You ain't stopping DJ from getting you down and choking you out. And I called it to a T, second round, rear naked choke. But that was an easy call. Angela Lee was a little trouble early on. I think that's just ring rust. She did have a kid. But that Stamp Fairtex, she's fun, huh? Mm-hmm. She's a fun one to watch. Angela Lee is such a badass. Then Akiyama, our boy Sexy Yama, getting it done, dude.
Yeah, getting it done.
Got it done.
Yeah.
A fight of the Japanese legends. He got it done. And then I hate to see it, but at least he went out on a shield. John Wayne Parr. Didn't get his 100th win, but still. Went out on a shield, man.
Came out strong to him third round. So.
No, man. Yeah. First, second was a little dicey, and third, really turned it on. So shout out to John Wayne Parr.
For sure.
Legend. Freaking legend, man. What do you got, Jen?
Want to see some highlights real quick of the one championship? So this is actually DJ doing damn well with his Muay Thai.
Nice combination. Well, he's eating those legs up. Oh, shit. It's not like DJ just... Oh, shit. It's not like DJ just running.
And, of course...
Back to it. Rotting's got to continue to fight that top hand.
There are enough hours in the day for Rutang to defend this.
And of course, he went to sleep. He's not tapping.
No.
That guy's crazy.
What else you got?
All right. And also, we can't not watch the highlight for Shinyaoki and Yoshihiro Sexyama.
That beautiful man getting it done.
And this is the end sequence.
I thought it was going to be a bad fight for him.
He was,
Because,
he had his back.
I was doing my research on one championship last week. I've seen Akiyama fight in a hot second. A little stiff. He's just older.
Yeah. 46, man. That's pretty up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, Shinya did get his back for a long time. All right.
This is gonna happen. What a forward from Sexyama. Oh, he took his back. Oh, look at that. Here we go. This is
You can throw knees here, yeah? Yeah. God damn. You're just eating it.
Yeah, not even defending. He was just getting, he was a punching bag at the end of it.
Yeah, he's
the
getting
entire
his ass
time.
whooped. Good for Sexyama.
Yeah. And then, let's look at this first. This is John Wayne Parr. I guess Michael Schiavello, the voice.
Yeah.
They call him the voice. He surprised him with a video before his fight with his family. So I'll show you real quick.
I want to say good luck on your 100th win. We believe in you and you got this, and get
It's
the
his
job
daughter,
done.
yeah?
So, I know you're gonna get that 100th win. I can feel it. Love you so much. You got this.
Hey Wayne, I want to wish you good luck and hopefully you get this 100th win. No matter what, we love you so much and can't wait to see you in action.
Great. Okay. Great. Good luck for this fight. Okay. It's the last fight นะชกให้ดีๆนะอย่าลืมฟันศอกนะฟันศอกตรงๆนะช็อตคัทเอาศอกแล้วตอนนี้ last fight ขอให้มึงโชคดีโอเคเอาชัยชนะกลับมาออสเตรเลียให้เตี่ยโอเคนะโอเคสวัสดีครับบ๊ายบาย
He's such a badass, man.
Legend.
I love that dude. Just the nicest person.
So
too,
sweet,
man.
yeah. And
Wish he
his-
would have got the win, but that's all good.
No, he went out great, dude. So that's good. Errol posted this clip of Akiyama. I'll just play it real quick.
What is next for the legend that is Sexyama? もっとセクシーな試合をします。
What he said?
more sexy to the fight.
Yes. Keep it sexy, dude. He can't help it. Look at his fucking hair.
Dude, he's perfect.
God, he's perfect. His hair is ridiculous. I wish I had his hair. And that gold skin, dude. God, dog.
Yeah, and his
Beautiful man.
fashion. We've seen his fashion. It's insane.
Ah,
It's insane.
his green suit
Oh,
for
yeah.
the press conference.
Beanie.
Lit. And his beanie. Best dressed man of all time in MMA.
I agree.
Hands down.
Yeah. And then Joey B.
Joey B's up there, but
Yeah.
not compared to Sexy Young. It's like me and Jared Leto. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so Dana White posted this. This is pretty much taking up all the news stations, right? It's just Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah, so I watched the Oscars live, and so for those of you who don't know, I'm sure most of you do, on the live broadcast of the Oscars in America, they edit it out because there's a button where they can edit things out just in case. Yeah, dump button is what they call it. Yeah, just in case it's 10-second delay. So we didn't really know what happened on the broadcast, but. Of course, Mark Harley, who spends more time on his phone and the internet than anybody I've ever met in my life, and I wish he would get off it a little bit. He goes, "Holy shit! Did you see Will Smith smacked Chris Rock?" And when I first saw it, I'm like, "Oh, was this fake?" But then when Will sits down and he's
Exactly.
like, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth," I'm like, "Oh well, they're not going to script cuss words because they can't play it no matter what. This is real. Oh damn, this is real." And then you watch it, and you're going to play it here, Chin?
Yeah.
47 million views.
It's probably more now. I got to refresh it.
So before you go to this, so this is Will walking up and slapping Chris Rock, right? Yep. So before you play it, previous to this, there's a lot to go into here. So before this, Chris Rock, who's one of the greatest comedians ever do it, he made a reference about Jada Pinkett Smith that he can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2 because she has a bald head, right? So G.I. Jane shaves her head. Jada Pinkett Smith has a condition on her scalp. This condition, I forget what it's called, alopecia, where it like grows in patches and it's not good. So he makes a joke about that. And Will, when you watch it on the replay, is laughing. He laughs at the joke, but Jada Pinkett Smith is not laughing. So I think that's where Will's like, oh, I better do something, or otherwise she's going to hook up with Lil Wayne or some shit. So he goes up there. We'll get to that. There's a reason why he did this. So he walks up there live during the Oscars and slaps the shit out of Chris Rock. Good technique too. Left hand is high for the counter. Slap. I think his training from Ali paid off a little bit there. But you see this. Play it, Chin. Mm-hmm. I hope we can play this in the actual video. Because Twitter.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Will Smith にやられました。
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
I'm going to, okay?
Important.
Okay.
He's like, okay. And then he has to do the Oscars for the best documentary.
History of television.
Okay.
You can pause it there. He kind of stumbles through it.
He does, yeah.
Which rightfully so. Yeah, you can't either whatever your perspective is on this entire situation, you can't have people slapping other people on stage. You can't have comics getting assaulted on stage with no repercussions. When it comes to this, why? Because when I watch the joke, right, I'm like, a G.I. Jane joke, that's not bad. And then my friends were defending, go, well, no, she has a condition. I'm like, oh shit, what, she have cancer? What are we talking about? Like, no, she has alopecia. And you look at her like, okay, can't grow hair. It's not like she has freaking, AIDS or something, like some real condition or disease or cancer where it would trigger Will Smith. And then the more you look into it, you go back to 2016 when Chris Rock was the host of the Oscars. Jada Pinkett Smith boycotted the Oscars because there wasn't enough African-American representatives I think there was none. It was like all white people. So she boycotted it. So Chris Rock's whole bid on it, which was hilarious. He goes, and Jada Pinkett Smith isn't here tonight. She's boycotting the Oscars for not enough black representation. And he goes, but she's on a TV show. He said, that'd be like me boycotting Rihanna's panties. He goes, you were never invited.
Oh.
So he made those jokes about her, which again, not too bad. Horror, I've definitely heard worse. But I think this is an accumulation of, since Jada Pinkett Smith started the Red Table Talk, the personal stories that she shares about Will and hers relationship and this open relationship, and she's had, she had that side piece, Augustus, whatever his name was, and he's going on family trips, stuff like that. I think if you're going to be in an open relationship, all good, but especially Will Smith, who is so beloved. People love Will Smith. We don't need to hear all that shit. So by her starting, and I'm glad she has her own thing. That's great. And it's a big show. And I think they're exclusively on Facebook. But it's a big show and they have big stars on there. But by her being so open and honest, like some stuff we don't need. Some shit is private, man. But it's completely changed our perspective on Will Smith. And he's crying on there all the time. And you just see a different side of Will Smith that we don't need to see, man. So it's kind of put a black eye, no pun intended, but it's put a black eye in Will Smith's kind of perception when it comes to, the public. Because it's just crazy shit, man. It's like, dude, stand up for yourself. So I think he's become this butt of the joke. And he's just taken all this abuse. And Chris Rock in 2016 made those jokes about his wife, and there's all this abuse. I'm looking for the way. It's like he embodied the Venus and Serena Williams father's fucking persona there, because he's a tough dude and he defends his family at all costs. The guy has his faults, that's for sure. That the movie definitely leaves some stuff out. So I think, maybe got too into character and started to defend his family. But I think this goes back even way before this. And I think Chris Rock was just kind of the scapegoat from all the years and all the bullshit and all the making fun of Will and the memes and her coming out being an open relationship and all this stuff and the kids. And I think it was just an accumulation of all that stuff led to this, because it's not in Will's character. a part of me goes, and I truly believe this, like we're in a day and age now where with the internet and, you know, people remain unanimous and talk all this shit and all that stuff, and there's no repercussions. So part of me goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, like I always say. And Chris Rock played a stupid game, talked shit about Will Smith's family, and won a stupid prize and got slapped, and it's the narrative now of the Oscars. But as a comic, like, you can't have that. We can't have people, no matter if you're Will Smith, one of the most famous movie stars in the world, or some random Joe Schmo at an improv, walking up on stage assaulting the comics. We just can't have that in any facet. Also, I'd be curious, you know, a part of me feels like, obviously, Will's bigger than Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock is like 5'7", 170 pounds, 5'8", 5'9", 170 pounds. Will Smith is maybe 6'2", 190, 200 pounds. So he's bigger, not like, you know, way bigger, but he's definitely a bigger man. And Chris Rock is obviously an artist and talented comic and smaller guy. He's fragile. So there's a little bit of bullying going on here, because if Jason Momoa did the same thing, would you have that same energy? If Jason Momoa came out there and tore into Jada Pinkett Smith, you going to walk up there and hit Jason Momoa? I don't think so, my man. I bet you wouldn't have that same energy. So to me, it's like, you know, a kid in elementary school who's getting bullied by the bigger kid all the time, bullied all the time. He's just taking it. Months go by, he's take it. And then the skinny little twerp goes, this kid takes all this. I'm going to jump in here. And he goes, yeah, man, you look like crap. And then finally that kid's getting bullied on, goes, oh, fuck this dude, and takes that on him when he's been getting months and months of abuse. To me, this is Will Smith taking months and months of abuse and finally sticking up for himself. It's just not the right way to go about it. I think, you know, Hollywood is filled with pussies, filled with them, man. None of these guys are tough. They're just not. None of them are. Anybody you see on a movie, they're not a tough guy. They're just not. They play tough guys. We think they're tough guys. But there's also a reason why we don't know shit about them. There's a reason for that, because they got to sell tickets. They're not podcasters or stand-up comics where I'll draw a line in the sand. I don't give a shit if you don't like it. A lot of people will fuck with it. A lot of people won't. That's the world I live in. I love that world. I have a lot of haters. I have more people that love me. That's the way this works. I'm going to take a hard stance, but you're going to know exactly where I stand. Will Smith can't. John Cena can't. The Rock can't. These guys in Hollywood, they can't do that because they have to appeal to the masses. You have no clue about their political beliefs. You have no clue about their personal lives. Like I saw years ago, if you remember when they're like, Tom Hanks could win the president of the White House right now. He could be president of America. So make people think he's trustworthy. Why? Because he's Forrest Gump? Are you out of your fucking mind? We don't know that dude. He's not getting on podcasts ripping off, ideas or opinions. He can't. He has to sell tickets. He has to sell fucking Save It Private Ryan or some shit. If he gives you a hard stance and doubles down on, funding the police or whatever it is, or Trump or Biden or Kamala Harris, he loses half his fan base. That's why a lot of comics don't get political, because you separate the room right off the bat in half. No matter what the joke is. There's some guys who can do it very well, and they do that. But then some political comics like Bill Maher or something like that, they take a hard stance, and that's their crowd, man. And they have a huge fan base, but that's it, man. They're going to ride with their home team. Actors can't do that, man. They're not, to me, obviously they inspire based off the movies and the roles that they play and the discipline it takes to act like that. And I have all the respect in the world for it. They're super talented, and that's great. But as far as like real inspirational, motivational shit, if you're looking towards an actor to motivate you, dude, you're barking up the wrong tree. We don't know these people. You can't. You just can't. And that's part of the reason, I think, a lot of these actors don't come out, and we have no idea about what they personally believe in, because they don't want to cut their ticket sales in half, whether it's in China, like John Cena. Remember when he messed up and started speaking Mandarin and shit? Or The Rock with Rogan. Remember how fast he backtracked and was like, no, shit. He has tickets to sell, dude. That's the name of their game. We have no idea. They're the softest people in the world, man. Shit hits the fan, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that their credibility and their likeness stays in good standing, no matter what it is. They always walk the middle. There's never a real opinion out of them. They're the fakest people in the world. We have no idea about them. So for Will Smith, back to Will Smith, I think, Jada Pinkett Smith doing this Red Table Talk, they give you a look inside Will Smith's world, which is kind of weird, to be honest. I don't want to know Will Smith is a cuck. I don't want to know that stuff. I don't need that. That's Mike, Mike Lowry or whatever. I don't need that in my life. I don't need to know. I don't want to see him crying because his girl was flying a dude out on their family vacation, getting dick on the side while the kids were at the pool. What? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's all good, baby. Get jiggy with it. I don't need to know all this stuff. But he became the butt of the joke. Took it for years. Then finally, the smaller guy, the innocent comic, not even a good joke. I mean, it was whatever joke. It's not like he roasted the shit out of her. Tell you what, Chris Rock has a chin, though. Chris Rock has a chin on him. I can't imagine being slapped like that. And poor Chris Rock. I mean, this can be talked about for how long? I was texting the group about it. I said, no in Hollywood, and I've been in my fair share of Hollywood parties, man. No in Hollywood, I will guarantee you at an after party, those two get together and they're friends now. I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a picture of them together, Will apologizing or something like that. And sure enough, P. Diddy said that. P. Diddy Combs or whatever was like, yo, they're all good. They're at the after party together. They're all good. Okay. I just think this was just the final straw on the camel's back that broke Will Smith because he's been getting so much shit, being a cuck and doing all this stuff and letting his girl get all wild. And was like, God damn, Will, So I think finally stood up for himself against the smaller guy. My question is, would you have kept the same energy with Jason Momoa or The Rock? I bet you wouldn't do shit if it was one of them, So we're talking about it. So most of the Oscars have been talked about. And people are like, this takes away from all the hard work of the workers and shit. Hey, hate to tell you, I watched the Oscars. It was awful. If this didn't happen, we're not talking about it at all. This is the best thing that happened to the Oscars in I don't know how long, dude. I don't know how long. In a long ass time. Because we're all talking about it. And I also think just from comic to comic, I think too, Amy Schumer knows Chris Rock really well. Really, really well. He's a mentor of hers. If, let's say, Theo Von was hosting the Oscars, could happen. Theo's blowing up, dude. Let's say Theo's hosting the Oscars or any award show. It doesn't have to be the Oscars. And some dude slapped Theo. And I was hosting it, you know what I'm saying? Like I was one of the correspondents. I'm not just going to be like, oh man, like she came out and was like, man, I heard something happen. What happened? Everyone's laughing. What? Your boy just got slapped, dude. Defend him. Then you use your skill set that you've developed over the years, and she used to be an amazing roaster. Tear into him, man. Defend your friend. That's Hollywood in a nutshell, people. It's like you turn a light on cockroaches, they fucking sprint all the ways. There's no, they don't have each other's back because they can't. They have PR people in there going, be careful of this Will stuff, man. You say the wrong thing, your movie comes out next summer. It could be a bad look, They can't stick up for each other. End of the day, bunch of bitches. Yet we all look up to them like they're heroes. They're not heroes, man. They're fake people. That's why that happened. It was just years and years of abuse and Will being the brunt of jokes left and right, and finally he's had enough, and it was a smaller guy and he could take advantage of it. We're talking about it. It was so awkward. Yeah. It was hilarious. My favorite is the woman who's from Black Panther sitting behind Will Smith. She's just like this the whole time. Just like, what in the fuck is happening? Yeah. It's hilarious. It's all like, again, it's just such a petty thing to do. Again, part of me is like, oh, you stuck up for your family. Good for you, man. There's way better ways to stick it. The other thing is like, you didn't have to embarrass him and do it on national TV. You could have went in the back, and had an altercation, talked to him man to man. That'd been cool. Mm-hmm. There's different ways to handle it. But just as a comic myself, we can't have people going on stage assaulting comics over jokes. We can't have it, man. Yeah. And I'm glad Chris Rock isn't pressing charges. I wouldn't either. I'd just be like, what are you doing, dude? It's tough for Chris, right? For Chris Rock, you're in a weird position. Mm-hmm. I really, really wish he went back to his old New York, coming up at the stand and all that old chops and really leaned into it, lit him up. he would have said it. I mean, not that he needs any more help with his career, but if he would have tore into him, used that as, material and really tore into the Smith family, and there's so much content there, that'd been the move. That would have went so viral for Chris Rock. We wouldn't be talking about the slap. We were talking about him lighting Will Smith up. That'd been the move. Or Amy Schumer could have done that. That's not Hollywood, man. She's Hollywood now, So there you go. What else you got, Jim?
I have a feeling he's gonna do something.
Chris?
Yeah, like something.
I don't think so.
Really?
It's not in their nature. It's not Hollywood. I don't think he's doing anything. I bet you they come out together and make a joke out of it. I would bet you we get a video in the next month. Guarantee it.
All right. Well,
and something was going on because even before the award show, Will Smith took a picture with Jada Pinkett Smith and was like, we got all dressed up for chaos tonight. Like he knew something was going down, Like he knew Chris, maybe from 2016 comments, like he had that, weird energy about him. And then he won an Oscar and all of Hollywood's clapping for him for 5 minutes, let him talk. It's like he just assaulted a guy on stage. Weird. That's Hollywood in a nutshell, man.
Yeah. In his speech, he was like, I want to be a vessel for love. 10 minutes ago, you just came up and slapped somebody.
Vessel for love, dude. It's the most, marquee slap of all time. You're known for slapping people more than anything in this world now. And it takes away from it, from his award. And then what's funny is you remember in Something About Mary when Ben Stiller, like the brother, like slammed him on his head or, he gets beat up. They always check on the guy that did it. And like Ben Stiller's like all fucked up. Like, he's like, I was giving a baseball. He's like, you let me in my own house? He's like, what? He just got his ass whooped. He's like, what? I'm the one that got beat up. Uh-huh. It's like this, like Bradley Cooper and Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington go over to Will Smith to make sure he's okay. It's like, Chris Rock's the one that got slapped. Check on Chris Rock, man. Fuck Will Smith right now. Whole thing's so weird, dude. Hollywood is weird shit, dude. Weird. What else you got?
All right. Okay, so someone is pressing charges, and that's Colby Covington.
This surprises me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it'd be this big of a deal. Obviously, getting sucker punch, breaking a tooth, and I guess he messed up his $90,000 Rolex. Mm-hmm. I know Rolex that has to be some sort of weird Rolex. It can't be like a Daytona. I don't think he's into like vintage Rolexes. Some vintage ones go well over 60, 70K. 90K Rolex, it'd have to be some cut like diamond type of encrusted Rolex. So that's weird to me. But he was saying the Rolex is messed up too.
Yeah, $15,000 worth of damage.
So he must have scraped his Rolex.
Scrape.
Yeah. I was surprised he's pressing charges just from, fighter to fighter. Things happen. And especially since, remember, they go back, man. They were roommates, best friends. To press charges, especially with, aggravated assault, felony criminal mischief, premeditated felony criminal mischief, aggravated battery. If you press charges and he's found guilty, which he will be, he's looking at time, dude. Do you really want to put Masvidal away for, 2 years, 3 years over this? Seems a little excessive. I wish, someone could get in Colby's ear and just like, don't press charges, dude. Don't do that, man. But also for Masvidal, again, same shit. He can't be hitting people, dude.
Especially the sucker punch part. That's
the sucker punch part's weird, but also he won MMA fighting before. It was like, I'm known for sucker punching and this, which is so
and dining and dashing or something like that.
Yeah, it's so straight. It's that's not very gangster, my man. Whatever you think is gangster, that would be the opposite where I come from, right?
Yes.
And he's from Miami. Dude. Mm-hmm. They're pretty rough in the streets there. Nobody respects the guy who's sucker punching people.
Never.
Another thing was Masvidal, and I like Masvidal, man, so I hate doing this. The other thing is, bro, you got paid for 25 minutes to literally do whatever you want to him, besides illegal down knees or, 12 to 6 elbows. Outside that, whatever you want to do, daddy, you had 25 minutes and you got paid for it on pay-per-view, worldwide TV. You got your ass whooped. So I could see, if there's like an eye poke or something like Colby cheated or something like that. And Colby beat his ass for 25 minutes, dude. And then you retaliate by finding out what restaurants he at and sucker punching him. I would respect it more if it's like Masvidal knew Colby was at this restaurant, was pissed that he was talking about his kids, which Ben Askren did and people have done before. So, and then you square up with him, like you approach him man to man, you know, and be like, what are you doing? And then you fight in the street. All right.
Good.
Still a little dicey, but, you know, and also you're making legit money now. Masvidal's never been bigger. Even coming off a loss, never been bigger, dude. He's huge. You know, you look at 2 to 3 years in prison probably, dude. It's so stupid. And for what? You see, did it feel good to sucker punch a guy and clip his tooth when you got literally destroyed for 25 minutes legally by commission in the sport? It doesn't make sense. Then I don't see social media, so I'm sure people are like, oh, Masvidal badass. This is where it counts. You know how stupid of a take that is? It doesn't count. Anybody can sucker punch anybody. Yeah. I could walk up behind Francis Ngannou right now and sucker punch him. Who gives a shit? That is the most bitch shit in the world, man. Nobody respects that. And if you do, my God, man, what are you doing with your life? If you respect a sucker punch, you're a sucker yourself, man. That ain't the way to go about life, man. It's just such bitch shit. I don't get why anybody in the world would respect any of this. From Will Smith to Masvidal. Because Will Smith basically a cheap shot too.
Yeah.
It's just bitch tendencies, dude. Soft shit. Society's getting softer and softer. Anybody who's sticking up for Will Smith or sticking up for Masvidal, it's just soft beta soy boy shit, dude. Just soft, man. I don't understand it. And Masvidal's been around too long. And finally, dude, you're making money. You get your fight league. You get your tequila. You're on every billboard in Miami. Everybody loves you. I love you. And then you do something like this, dude. And to the point of being a dad, you got kids. What message does that send to your kids? It's so stupid. There was no upside to this. What's the upside, Masvidal? You sucker punched a guy when he wasn't looking, a guy who beat your ass for 25 minutes just a few weeks ago? So fast forward 10 years from now, your kids are older, they go, Dad, how'd that fight with Colby Covington go? There's some bad blood there. Weren't you guys like roommates and trademark? Yeah. What happened? You know, for 5 rounds, I might have won one, but I got pretty beat up. But you know what? I found out he was at a restaurant, and I walked up behind him and sucker punched him. Kids are like, oh, that's cool, I guess. And what happened there? I served 5 years. That's why I wasn't around. It's insane. Nobody respects the guy who sucker punches people. Nobody respects the bigger man who slaps a small comic. It's just all beta soy boy shit. I can't vouch for it, man. I don't ride with it.
All right, so this writer for MMA Mania, he brought up something that Masvidal can use for his defense, potentially. It's the mutual combat rule. And the reason why he's saying that is because there was an interview in 2020 with Mike Heck, MMA Fighting, and then this is what Colby Covington said.
Colby looks ridiculous. It's hilarious.
100%. Me and Street Judas Masvidal are 100% going to fight before it's all said and done. We might fight a couple times because if I see him in the street, it's going to be a fade session. He's going to get put on the concrete. I'm going to drop him on his fucking head and put stitches in the back of his head. It's not going to be nice, Mike. I promise you that. And he knows that. Deep down inside, he knows. But he's willing to take a paycheck in the UFC to get his ass whooped because he knows the UFC is going to pay his fucking medical bills. But besides that, if we fight in the street, I'm going to drop him on his fucking head, and he's never going to be the same person again because he's going to be concussed. The concrete's going to mess with him, and I'll probably kick his teeth in too while I'm at it. Just because he's a piece of shit. I mean, the guy's claiming. I mean, he's the sucker punch king. You know, he's claiming for being out at Denny's and being the dine and dash king. Dude, you're a piece of shit, man. You're dining and dashing on single mothers that are working at Denny's because, you know, they're trying to put food on the table for their child, and you're bragging about being proud of dining and dashing on them? Dude, the guy's the lowest scum denominator of earth, and he's the fakest piece of shit. He turned his back on me for money and his management team, and people are going to find out the real truth about him. I mean, he's going to get exposed soon. I know so much about him, and it doesn't make sense to come out yet. When we fight, it'll all be built up.
I think too, but that's a weird defense because...
I mean, that's like the only thing he could do.
Yeah, it's going to be tough in the court of law too because, you know, he's talking about a street fight. Yeah. Not getting sucker punched.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't a fight. So technically, I'm sure the defense team's going to eat that up. Like, yeah, he was talking about a fight. They square off in a fight. Also, if we're going to go off of what Colby Covington says, or any fighter for that matter, You know, it's like, how many fighters have you heard say, what Sean Strickland say, I want to kill a guy in the ring or some shit like that? So it's like, they're selling, they're entertainers. Colby, more so than anybody, talks so much shit to get you to hate him, so you tune in to see if he loses. He just happens to be one of the best welterweights on the planet. He's tough to fucking beat unless your name's Kamaru Usman. Or Hamzat, for that matter. But, so it's going to be a tough leg to stand on, man. You know? He talks so much shit.
Yeah.
And also the mutual combat legal in Florida. So in Florida, mutual combat is recognized defense because both parties consent to being touched as an understood consequence of an altercation. Both parties must be at fault, and the defendant must not be primary aggressor or initiate the fight.
Which he did.
He's
the primary aggressor, then
this isn't going to hold up in any facet. Yeah. Man, I just really hope Colby drops the charges. Like, I hope they settle out of court. Masvidal's like, yo, I'll get you a new Rolex. Just don't make me serve time. I got kids, man. And I don't want to see Masvidal go to fucking prison over this stupid shit.
Dumb mistake.
And, you know, at the same time, but again, Colby talks so much shit. Finally, you know, it comes back to haunt you a little bit, man. But it shouldn't be sucker punch.
That's the thing I hate. Yes.
Yeah, if it was a straight up equal fight on the street, like he was walking his car and Masvidal, what's up now, bitch?
It's all good.
You're talking all that stuff about the street fight. Here I am. Mm-hmm. All good. You guys figure it out.
Yeah.
Hopefully no one gets killed. But, you know, I don't want that. But, yeah, go ahead and fight there if you want.
All right. Khabib had a take on this as well. He wrote this on his Twitter.
Khabib, but if you are stronger than someone inside the octagon, it does not mean that you can insult his children. No one has the right to insult someone's family. Once you have gone down this path, then ready to back up your words, you were attacked by a professional fighter the same as you are, your own size, and you go press charges against him to the police. I think all welterweights should refuse to fight Colby. Just don't accept fights with him. Let him sit without a fight. It will probably significantly affect him and all the fighters who even think of insulting families, who is provoking the fighters to look for someone in restaurants to deal with him. The only thing, again, Candace Owens, yes. Right? This is so embarrassing. Call him for a boycott. He better go buy a pussy hat and join the NBA. MMA is a man sport.
She went hard.
Candace goes hard in the paint. Yeah, for Khabib, I just, again, I'm with Khabib if it was a regular, even street fight. If Colby was aware of what was going on, cool, man. You guys handle it how you want to handle it. You have all this bad blood, and it leaks out outside the octagon, you got to do this. All right, do it, man. But to sucker punch another man is the biggest bitch shit in the world, dude. There's nothing softer. There's nothing gangster about it. There's nothing tough about it. Masvidal hadn't trained since he was 14 in the backyards of Miami in order to become a better sucker puncher. Anybody can sucker punch. Anybody. Little Christian meatball can come up right now and come behind me when I'm not ready and sucker punch me. And it's not good, man.
Yeah.
It's just bitch tendencies, dude. For Khabib, too, it's like, what are you doing, dude? Khabib's always trying to make the headlines with hot takes, right?
Yeah.
And I love Khabib, but that ain't the hill to die on. Boycott fighting him. It's like, I got an idea. Khabib. Why don't you come out of retirement and try to beat Colby? Mm-hmm. Why don't you do it the legal way? Khabib's, he's keeping himself relevant, and he has his fight league and stuff like that. And he said, if Conor beats Makhachev, I'll come out of retirement. All good. I like that. We'll keep the same energy here, though. If you don't like Colby so much, come out of retirement, fight him. Beat him up. You can do it legally. You don't have to worry about getting sucker punch or pressing charges. Fight Colby legally. Do that.
That'd be cool.
You're a fighter. Mm-hmm. That's how this should be handled. You guys can do this legally and make money. There's no reason to do it in the streets. No reason. Especially no reason to sucker punch somebody.
Never.
But again, Khabib, I'm with you. If it was an even fight,
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's all good.
Yeah.
You mentioned Khabib's fight league. I read something where Dan Hardy said he might be actually going there.
Oh, cool.
Eagle FC. Just rumors. All right. There's more details that came out with the Chael Sonnen stuff. He's hit with 11 charges for the alleged fight. And this is coming from, like you said before, the Las Vegas Review, whatever.
Las Vegas Journal Review.
And the guy that's suing. The guy that's suing
But
Chael.
the guy dropped the charges originally,
That's
right?
what I heard, right?
What?
That's what we heard at first?
Yeah, and then bring them back?
I guess so.
So we obtained video shortly after alleged altercation showing Sonnen being lewd away in handcuffs. As previously reported Sonnen had initially been slapped with 5 battery citations over the alleged fight, but a judge in Nevada dismissed the case in January after the Clark County District Attorney told us the citations notes to appeared failed to comply with the legal requirements as set forth by Nevada law. So they didn't go through with it.
And here are some of the details.
But this is just from the Las Vegas Review Journal.
Yeah. Well, so that's where the report came out, but it's the guy that's suing. The guy's name is Christopher Stelflug or Stelpflug.
Yeah, Stelflug.
I don't know how to say that name.
Here, before I read this, realize one thing. I'm sure Mr. Stelflug has his version of the story. Chael has his version, right? There's 2 sides and there's the truth. I think there's somewhere in the middle here, right? A civil lawsuit was also filed by Christopher and Julie Stelflug, claiming a seemingly intoxicated Sonnen knocked a drink out of his hand and then attacked him without
provocation or any communication whatsoever.
Sonnen was wandering the hallway of the Four Seasons Hotel next to Mandalay Bay, barefoot and wearing a torn, bloody T-shirt at the time. Then this man goes on to say, the accuser says, I just want people to know it was totally unprovoked attack. He told the Las Vegas Review Journal, we were just walking in our room to plan a sushi dinner. We did nothing wrong. This guy went on a crazy rampage. God, I just have a hard time believing that. That is not in Chael Sonnen's DNA, man. The lawsuit says another hotel guest had to stop Sonnen from choking Mr. Stelflug, only to get attacked and elbowed in the face. Sonnen then allegedly attacked the wife, thrown her against the wall and punched her in the face. The filings allege that several hotel employees were also assaulted by Sonnen, including a security guard that was kneed in the face and another who was kicked in the chest.
There's so much stuff going on here. It's insane.
Keep going down.
That's the older one.
Yeah, keep going down.
Right here.
Yeah, it's just a lot to take in, right?
Yeah.
And they said they had minor injuries. My question would be, Chael Sonnen is every bit of probably 230 pounds. He hit this, I'm assuming she's standard sized woman. I don't know, 5'6", 130 pounds, average woman. If Chael Sonnen slammed her against the wall and socked her in the face, minor injuries? Okay. And the man, so he repeatedly punched him in the face, and then the guy was elbowed on the ground from Chael Sonnen? Minor injuries? Okay.
And they said hotel employees got into it, so I haven't heard anything about hotel employees.
This is the first I've heard of it.
Yeah.
Also, I stay at Four Seasons, nice hotel. Where's the security footage? It's in the hallway. There's cameras everywhere. Where's the camera? This is very easy to solve. Where's the Four Seasons hotel security footage? I'd love to see it. Again, I think there's this guy's version of the story, Chael's, and the truth somewhere in the middle. I wasn't there. I don't know. Clearly, Chael's a close friend. I'll defend Chael till something else comes out. This is how I operate.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what happened there. Knowing Chael, I have a hard time. A guy that has no history of violence outside the octagon that randomly picked this innocent family and punched both of them in the face. I have a very hard time believing that. Very, very difficult time believing that. And if he did, minor injuries, that's okay. That's where it's a little weird there. Again, I need more information before, but I don't know this, whatever his name is, I don't know this guy. I know Chael, I know him pretty well. Chael's a very good person, very good dad, very good person. I'm going to need more. I need more evidence before I take this guy's word. I've never heard of, crapping on Chael Sonnen.
And the story sounds insane too. All that chaos, it just sounds pretty crazy. Insane. All right, so John Jones tweeted something, then deleted it. He mentioned your name in it as well.
Did he at me?
I don't think he added you.
Come on, dude. I need my followers up, son.
Oh, so you mentioned Dan Hooker and you because you guys are critical of him, obviously, like everyone was, about the whole alleged wife hitting incident, even though the kids reported all that stuff, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is John Jones talking?
Yep, and he deleted.
He said Dan Hooker. Why do people delete stuff?
I don't know.
Because it lives in forever. I know. Yeah, I don't. So, but Dan Hooker, Brendan Schaub, is this what you guys are jumping down my throat about? And
he was talking about these new details about Chael Sonnen. So then he goes,
so he put, man, everyone and their mom covered my story when I was an asshole in Las Vegas. Sonnen allegedly attacks his wife, another woman, along with like 5 men in crickets. No, not crickets. Not crickets. I don't know John. Personally, I don't know him like I know Chael. I talk to Chael all the time. I've worked with Chael, trained with Chael for years. I know Chael very well. I don't know John that well. John has a history, a deep, long rap sheet history of making some mistakes. And what did I jump down his throat about when his stuff came out?
The first time his stuff came out with the kids, the wife,
man. When I hear, your daughter, something like that, telling the security guard, don't let us go back up there. Don't let me, that's where it affects me as another dad. I wouldn't say I jumped down your throat. Trust me, I don't jump down your throat. It's hard to defend when, your wife and kids are involved. I can't defend you. I don't know what happened there. There's a pattern here. Chael doesn't have a pattern. So it's tough to defend John Jones. I don't jump down his throat. I think people make mistakes. And I'm very forgiving, but definitely don't jump down his throat. When you hear that stuff about John, it's obviously way easier to believe than Chael Sonnen for a reason. Yeah. I get, fighters are sensitive. So Dan Hooker, Brandon Schaub, Dan Hooker goes after him, yeah? Dan Hooker
I'll
light him up a little bit. I don't light him up. So Dan Hooker posted on March 27th, explain how this makes you any less of a piece of a shit, and what he post.
That message.
Yeah, it's not like, well, look what Chael did. Well, no, listen, I'll tell you right now. If you show me a video from the freaking 4 seasons of Chael hitting a woman or his wife, no one will jump more down his throat than me. Mm-hmm. I will light his ass up here on the Schaub Show. I will never talk to him again. You touch a woman, I'm out, dude. That goes for John Jones, Chael Sonnen, anybody. I don't fuck with it in any capacity. So it's not like, well, where's this? Keep the same energy with Chael. And I will. If it comes out and the 4 seasons, like, yeah, here's the video we obtained. TMZ's like, here's the video, and Chael's just going freaking berserker Bane mode. Yeah, I'm out, dude. I'm not defending that. Mm-hmm. Right now, the only thing I'm defending is I know Chael's character. I know what type of dad he is, what kind of husband he is, what kind of person he is. I've been in the locker room with Chael Sonnen. I've been in training camps with Chael Sonnen. I've worked with Chael Sonnen when we both retired. I know Chael very well. This is not in his demeanor to do this. So I definitely have skeptical hippo eyes based off my personal experience with Chael Sonnen. When it comes to John Jones, there are many examples of him making terrible life decisions that have affected his career in a very negative way. So when reports come out, it's hard to defend because there's a rap sheet there. With Chael Sonnen, it's easy to defend because I know him personally, and there's no rap sheet there. This is surprising to anybody involved with Chael Sonnen in every capacity. That's the difference. But jump down your throat, John. Oh, come on, dude. And I still have you pound for pound number one by far. I still think you're gonna be the heavyweight champ of the world. Even after all this, dude. And I said I'd never defend you after this. After all this, I still want you to be the heavyweight champion of the world. I still think you're gonna be heavyweight champion of the world. I really do, man. I think outside of the octagon, he's been out for damn near 2 years now. I think outside that, his personal life is in shambles. He's talked about being lonely in the house, and it's like, yeah, dude, you're playing this game, and it's caught up with you, man. It sucks to see. I don't want that for him. I hope he figures it out. I hope maybe losing his family gets him, sober and gets him to figure things out. It sounds like he said he's been sober, right?
Lost heart.
So, I'm here, the entire step. We're rooting for you, man. Not jumping down your throat. But when that stuff comes out and there's legit reports that your kids are saying, don't let my dad back in the room and stuff like that, we got problems, man. It's from one dad to another. It's a problem, dude. That's not good, my man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Chael's much easier to defend. End of the day, I know Chael very well. I don't know John.
All right. Another arrest, but this
Jesus
is a very
Christ,
this is very not that big a deal though. But Conor McGregor was arrested and his car was seized. because he was driving a little crazy, according to the Guardia.
How crazy was he driving? They impounded his car?
Yeah.
He's going like 150 miles an hour?
Who knows? But yeah.
So a Bentley Continental worth more than $187,000. That means it's used because those cars are about $300,000 brand new. McGregor was reportedly pulled over by police, then arrested and charged with several driving offenses, along with his car being impounded by authorities. He was eventually hit with a dangerous driving charge, which comes with a potential financial penalty as well as possible 6 months in prison. He won't serve prison.
Wow.
His vehicle was returned to him. McGregor was driving to the gym when he was stopped by the cops for alleged road traffic violations. He passed a drug and alcohol test taken at the station.
Which is great.
How was he driving?
I don't know, but that seems like the car right there, right? Bentley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a new Bentley convertible. You know how crazy you gotta be driving sober for them to
get arrested for it.
Impounded? Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel?
Who knows what he was doing? I thought this was just funny because, Conor McGregor and Jared Leto have been going back and forth. Jared basically agreed to play Conor in a movie, and then Conor said, come over here and we can work on my character. He's like, yeah, he'll go for it. So after that came out, Nate Diaz said Wolverine could play his part in that movie. Wolverine being Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman, yeah.
So Jared Leto, I'm ready to come and practice the part with me. And then Nate Diaz said Wolverine could play my part so we can see him beat Jared Leto's ass. That'd be fun, right? And then Conor responded, the kid that played
Heisenberg's son
in Breaking Bad is who will play you, virtually identical.
So I saw Breaking Bad a long time ago.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, so Heisenberg's son is this kid. Huh. I guess he has cerebral palsy, speech difficulties, and impaired motor control.
Okay, that's tough. That's a pretty big dig by Conor there.
Yeah. And also on Nate Diaz, he requested his release. He's been doing this before, but he tagged Dana White and Hunter Campbell in this as well.
Because I apologize for asking online, but you don't give me a fight ASAP. I got shit to do. And motherfuckers be crying because they get dropped from the UFC. I can't pay out of this bitch. Yeah, I'm with Nate on this. I know he's asking for a fight, and they're just not giving it to him. Yeah. I don't know what they're waiting for. The Dustin Poirier fight made all the sense in the world. Dustin wants it. I'm with Nate. It's like, dude, let me fight her. Fucking let me go. And then Jake Paul now is like, dude, let him out of his contract so we can fight him. They'll make all the money in the world.
Oh, yeah.
What's interesting now, because Jake Paul's out there, the UFC knows if they release Conor or Conor or Nate, it's on. Because those boys can go over there and make all the money, So the UFC's kind of in a tough spot. You got to fight Nate, dude.
Yeah.
Good for Nate.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Jake Paul, he announced that he's coming back August 6th to fight someone.
I wonder who it is.
Oh, not August 6th. August, and he put 6-0. So this August.
I wonder who it is. Because he's past the point of YouTubers. Like, he wants to be taken seriously. Mm-hmm. He's beat Woodley twice now. Tommy Fury fight's still out there. For Jake, he's a little different than his brother. He's not just trying, he's not going to fight a KSI or something, another YouTuber. Like, he's legit, kind of getting there. And if he were to fight a YouTuber, it goes 2 steps back. So for him, I wonder who it is.
I know. It should probably be Tommy Fury, right?
I would assume it'd make sense.
But that's fun this summer-ish.
Yeah, that's cool.
This was pretty crazy. So Paddy Pimblett was on the Barstool Sports podcast, and he revealed that he made 12-12. So 12 to fight and 12 to win for his last fight.
He's a newer fighter. It's weird to have him at 12-12 because of the hype coming in, right? So 12-12. I mean, $24,000 after taxes. The 50,000 bonus. I would assume that they step his pay up. It's weird to have him at 12-12 because he could sell out arenas before he got to the UFC.
And they know that he's super popular too, so that is kind of surprising. And people were saying like they're not sure he's even supposed to say this, but whatever.
He should. 12-12 is insane. Mm-hmm. That's terrible money for what he's doing, especially the eyeballs that he brings. I mean, to be fair, he's probably the most underpaid guy in the UFC as far as his market value to his compensation. He's probably the most underpaid fighter in the UFC. Now, the UFC, it's, you got to win to get to the next contract, but you're dealing with there has to be some caveat there. You're dealing with a different animal. Clearly, the kid's 12-12. He'll make that off.
Yeah, that's
merch.
crazy. That looks crazy.
I mean, he gets paid more from Barstool than he does fighting inside the octagon. That's a problem. I bet the up is pay after this.
Yeah, I guess. So after every fight, can you negotiate a contract? Or if you're in a contract, you're in a contract?
It's tough, man. You got to be undeniable. And the UFC's kind of going like, hey, dude, we gave you a layup in UFC London, man. You were supposed, you were fucking minus 600. We'll give you a contract, but then we ain't protecting anymore, which is stupid because the bigger he gets, the more money they make. But it's kind of like with Sugar Sean O'Malley, who I think I can say this, he negotiated his contract himself with no lawyers present or managers with Dana White recently. So I'm curious how that went down. But Sugar Sean was smart about it because he's like, do you want me to fight these top contenders? And he's at that level now, right? He's there to make the leap. He's like, you got to pay me. You know, I'm not fighting these guys for my standard contract. And UFC was like, yeah, all right, cool. But he is once you do get that big payday, you're fighting the boys, the real badasses. So for Paddy, it's kind of a double-edged sword because you want to get experience in the UFC. He does have experience in that other organization outside the UFC, which is big. Was it Cage of Fury? Something like that. Cage Warriors. He's huge in that,
Cage
right?
of Fury.
Is it Cage of Fury?
Was Cage of Fury a video game or something? I forgot.
Yeah, I think
Cage Warriors.
I think it's a movie. Yeah. But so you just gotta be careful what you ask for, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, if Paddy makes these crazy 6-figure demands, all right, well then we're gonna have to put you on pay-per-views and headline fight nights. You're fighting 5 rounds. Like, we're gonna have to get our money's worth, man. But you're fighting, we can't have you versus just some random guy on a fight night main event anymore. You're fighting the real deal. So if you're ready for that, all right, we'll entertain it. So it's a tough road, man. I don't know the right answer there. But he's making money because he's getting 6 figures from Barstool. So
I mean, outside, I'm sure he's doing really well.
Yeah. So it's like, keep doing that. Keep building your name. Keep giving them, formidable opponents. You can kind of rush through and create this, huge star because just for Paddy, hopefully someone's in his ear. I'm sure he believes he's ready to be world champion. He's not. He's just not. There's nothing wrong with that. He's had, 2 fights in the UFC? And he's been hit in both fights. So hopefully someone's in his ears like, dude, slow down, man. We'll get there. You're being compensated outside. Let's chill a little bit, man. Because 55 is, dude, even to fight a top 40 guy. The 155 is stacked, dude. Yeah. You better be ready because you're going to follow that top 10 ranking fast. They start throwing you those fucking top 20 guys. It's going to be a different story, man. Just slow down, young man.
Yeah.
Slow down, my man. You're doing well. Huge fans here.
Okay, so we talked about Paige VanZant signing with the AEW, the wrestling league.
Yeah, I thought she was done fighting.
Apparently, they allowed her in that contract to still continue BKFC. So she's going to now headline BKFC card in London.
That girl's making money.
July 9th.
Wonder who she's going to fight.
No opponent announced yet, but yeah, she's headlining it.
Good for her, man. I'm a fan of Paige. Who's not? Definitely needs to win, huh?
Oh, yeah, she has to win.
Or not. Still
or just stay in the AEW. Yeah, whatever. This is pretty dope. So Sean Strickland, is fighting Alex Pereia.
July 30th.
UFC 277.
Hopefully the main event's John Jones and Stipe on that.
Can you imagine?
With Pereira is interesting too. I told you guys he's about now, especially you beat Sean Strickland, which I don't think he beats him. But if he were to beat Sean Strickland, what's Strickland ranked?
5 or 4? Let me see.
What a jump up for him.
4. And they have Paul Costa at 4 too, which is weird.
They have a bunch of 4s.
And Derek Brunson.
That makes sense. Just do 4, 5, 6, huh?
Yeah.
So this dude's jumping from, what's he ranked? Is he in the top 15? So he's going from unranked to number 4?
That's why it's a trippy fight. And
well, all the UFC is doing is putting him on the fast track because the narrative of him versus Izzy, and he beat Izzy in kickboxing. That narrative is such a good sell because Izzy, he doesn't have a lot of people to fight. He's cleared out the division, kind of. There's nothing for him to do, man. So this would be the one thing. Like, all right, well, he gets past. If he starts his Strickland, we'll give him a title shot. It's a better narrative. I don't think he beats Sean Strickland. I just don't.
That's a tough fight.
That's a lot to chew off for that man. I also don't think he wants those problems with Izzy now. Izzy's, you know, we can talk about the kickboxing and the knockout. Sure, man. You know how long ago that was? And this is the UFC, Dad.
Yeah, it's MMA. Another great fight. Santiago Ponzinibbio versus Michel Pereira, the crazy dude that jumps around all the time.
Ponzinibbio needs to win.
Mm-hmm. And you already mentioned this Deiveson Figueiredo and Brandon Moreno 4. That's being confirmed.
July's about to get toasty.
Yeah.
We have some good fights in July.
Yeah, this summer should be awesome for MMA. So we talked about this before. Yaroslav, this killer in Bellator, he was supposed to fight Michael Venom Page in May, but then he decided to stay in Ukraine to help defend his homeland.
Badass
for sure. And now MVP has a new opponent. This guy named Storley, which he's a badass too. His only loss was actually that guy.
Oh, split decision too.
Yeah. So he's got a tough fight out of the way.
Yeah, it's tough for MVP, man.
Yeah. But that's Friday, May 13th.
What a badass staying back fighing for his home country, man.
Scary, but so cool to hear that kind of story.
So Michael Venom Page will still fight for championship gold?
Mm-hmm.
Because did they strip Homeboy for fighting in Ukraine?
Maybe this is
like an interim belt?
I'm guessing it might be an interim.
Yeah, interim welterweight championship. Okay. I was going to say, Jesus Christ, stripping his belt for fighting for his country?
Hell no.
Ooh, that's a fun fight.
Yeah. So that...
Jan Racket's a great fight.
Yeah.
When's that? May?
Mm-hmm. And that's Ariel. 5 rounds, so it's a main event
fight night. That's a fun fight.
Let's go to... I thought this was pretty interesting that Hazmat was just saying like, yeah, even if he beats Gilbert Burns, he should get the title shot, but if they want Conor, he understands because he, whoever's more famous.
He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
He gets it. Good for him.
All right. And this is the last one then. So Melvin Manhoef. Apparently these 3 burglars tried to rob his home once when he was out of town, and then they came back again when he was home.
Jesus Christ.
So he saw them, took his car, chased them down, pinned all 3 of them down till the cops came by. And there's actual picture of it here too. These 3 dudes.
Pinned down a few burglars today and held them down until the police arrived. Top fighter was injured in his hand. Yeah, from beating their ass.
Yeah.
God, why would you rob his house? What if he leg kicked any of them?
I don't know, dude. He could do anything.
And how do 3 of you get caught by one man? I don't give a fuck.
Chasing down with a car? Yeah, got him. I don't know.
How do 3 of you get busted? One of you couldn't run away?
So he has a messed up hand now, but his fight with Romero is supposed to be May 6th, so who knows? That's what you're saying. Now, who knows if he's going to be able to make that fight?
Oof. Geez.
2 months? A month this short. April?
Good on Manhoef. He's a badass.
Yeah.
Is that it, brother?
That's it.
All right, kids. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's episode of the Schaub Show. That's about it, man. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for subscribing, liking, everything. We got a busy April coming up, man. Next Fight Companion will be April 9th. April 9th is a big day because we have the Thick Mudder at 10:30 a.m. in San Bernardino, California. It's at 10:30 a.m. If you go to toughmudder.com, you see the Thick Boy group at 10:30 a.m. Use promo code ThickBoy, and you get 10% off the sign-up fee, which actually really helps on that thing. And we're offering the 15K, which your thick friend here does with my crew, Mark Harley and the boys. And we're also offering a 5K, which is a lot shorter, right? So there's 5K, 15K. And I tell everybody this, you don't have to be freaking Lance Armstrong to run this thing. I'm telling you, it's about getting through it. It's not about sprinting everywhere. Casey's done it before. It's just a good time. We bond together. We have a great time. You can order your official Thick Mudder shirt from thickboy.com right now. I would get on it ASAP if you want it in time for the races. You'll see the whole squad rocking the new Thick Boy Tough Mudder shirt. It's available at thickboy.com right now. I will see you April 9th, not only in San Bernardino for the Tough Mudder, the Thick Mudder at 10:30 a.m., but also that night live from the Thick Boy studio for the big UFC pay-per-view. And we got a squad lined up for that special Calabasas Fight Companion. As far as the road goes, taking a little 2 weeks, a little loose, not even 2 weeks, man, because April 6th, Hollywood Improv, Schaub and Friends, that would be our 7th sold-out show, or 8th sold-out show. Get tickets right now. Don't wait. If you wait till the day of, we see all those DM people complaining they can't get in. They can't grow the venue any bigger. So it's one show, one night only with the squad, D'Elia, Brian, Chappelle, David Lucas. The monsters are all there, Thick Boy style. Hollywood Improv, April 6th, Wednesday night, 8 p.m., and then the Thick Boy tour continues April 14th through the 16th. Stand Up Live, Phoenix, Arizona. I'll be balls deep in JT Wings. And then Austin, Texas, April 22nd through the 23rd, the Moon Tower Comedy Festival. And I have a very special announcement dropping on freaking April 28th. I can't wait. It's a big deal for your boy. That's it, man. If you want tickets, go to fatkz.com or thickboy.com has them. And I will see you guys around, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Be safe. Be nice to each other. Like, subscribe. Love ya. I'm out.